Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in to another Premier League predictions video. It's time for match week number 5 of the 21-22 Premier League season. Now let's have a quick look at how everyone did in match week number 4. I had my best week for a long time. I had 12 points. I had 2 perfect scores. Manchester City to beat Leicester by 1-0, and Manchester United successfully beat Newcastle United by 4-1, along with 6 other correct results, basically. So I had a very good week, and in fact I actually beat everyone in the comments, which doesn't happen very often, let me just put it that way. But the top scorers in the comments were Original Gunner with 10 points and Chris Welsh with 10 points, so very well done to both of you as well. We move into match week number 5, and the first game to preview and predict is, well, this is a big game, this one already. You could already feel it, I think. It's Newcastle United against Leeds United. 2 wins to Newcastle, 2 wins to Leeds and 1 draw. The last result was a 2-1 win to Leeds United. Newcastle United coming off the back of a 4-1 defeat to Manchester United. What I will say, I thought Newcastle actually played okay in that game. Yes, I know they went on to lose 4-1. But they managed to contain Manchester United for about 45 plus 2 minutes, and then, obviously Ronaldo scores to make it 1-0, and then, they go up the other end and equalise, and it was a very good finish from Manquillo. Good work from Alan St Maximan, who was a threat all day for Newcastle United as well. And Joe Willock had a couple of chances as well. So on another day, probably Newcastle get something from that game. But unfortunately, they did not get anything. Leeds United, another really heavy defeat, this time by 3-0 against Liverpool. Look, if you play like that against the top clubs, you're not going to get many points. And unfortunately, you're going to have to change your ways, because they were so open in midfield. I can't remember the last time a Leeds side were so open in midfield. Yes, I know they were open at Old Trafford. Yes, I know they've been open in the past. Against teams that will break them apart. But the thing that really got me for that one was that you either play Calvin Phillips or you don't play you play Stuart Dallas. It's one of the options. I don't think that 4-1-4-1 works, and they're going to have to change their ways. Pascal Struijk red card has been upheld by the FA, so he will be banned for 3 matches. Look, it's a very unlucky red card, okay? It is a very unlucky red card. Harvey Elliott has obviously come off with a very serious injury. He hasn't intentionally gone in to hurt Elliott, but it's the scissors movement in that challenge that I think is why it's a red card. And it was reckless. It was, 2 feet off the ground as well. But he was unlucky. As well. So Leeds United going to St James's Park, under the lights at St James's Park as well. I'm going to say Newcastle United get their first win of the season. I'm going Newcastle United 1, Leeds United 0. I think Newcastle United could win this one. And then we have Wolves against Brentford. 3 wins to Wolves, 1 win to Brentford and 1 draw. The last result was a 3-0 win to Wolves, but this would have been way back when they were both in the Championship as well. Wolves finally get their first win. They have played well in 4 games this season. 3 of them they came away empty-handed, and they should probably have 4 wins. That's the likely thing you can say. Played well in the first 3, didn't get anything, but they managed to get that win against Watford. And they seem to have a new signing in Hwang Lee Chan. I think he's a fantastic striker, and I think he will give Wolves much needed boost up front as well. Brentford lost their first game of the Premier League season with a 1-0 defeat to Brighton. The one thing you can say about Brentford, they are making chances. They are definitely making chances, and that's the good thing about Brentford, is that they're not losing by many. And obviously that was their first defeat, but they are very tricky to beat, Brentford, and I fully expect them to have a good rest of the season as well. But looking at this, I just think Wolves, with winning that game against Watford, I feel that they will win this one. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Wolves in this one. And now a very, very interesting one matchup. Burnley against Arsenal. 2 wins to Arsenal, 2 draws, and 1 win to Burnley. The last one was a 1-1 draw. Burnley took the lead at Goodison Park with a goal from Ben Mee. And then after that, capitulated really, really badly. That must be a real concern for Sean Dyche. And I'm not buying into this nonsense that James Tarkowski should have seen red the other night for that tackle on Richarlison. Are we going to outlaw tackling now? That challenge was fair. Yes, it's a rough challenge on Richarlison, but you have to say he wins the ball. He wins the ball. It's how he goes into the challenge. But people saying it's a red. Come on, no, that's definitely not a red card as well. But yeah, Burnley capitulated really badly. Arsenal are finally off the mark with a 1-0 win over Norwich. I have to say, Norwich did play very well. Unlucky to not come away with a point at least. Arsenal did scrape through in the end with a winner from Aubameyang, and I do think that that game is very, very interesting because you look at it and this is a very tricky one to call because Burnley have played well against Arsenal in the past. But I look at this Burnley side and, they are struggling very, very badly. And I think Arsenal could take advantage of that. I'm actually going to go for an away victory, and I think this might be a bit of a surprise, but I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to Arsenal. I do think that they can beat Burnley. I really, really do. So, yeah, that will do it for sure. And now we have Liverpool against Crystal Palace. 5 wins to Liverpool. The last result was a 2-0 win to Liverpool. Liverpool, brilliant performance against Leeds United. Mo Salah getting 100 Premier League goals as well. Fabinho getting on the score sheet as well. And Sadio Mane, after 10 shots, getting a very good third goal. And a very easy win, has to be said. I know Leeds had a couple of chances, but Liverpool were just totally dominant. And yes, it's a shame about Harvey Elliott. I think he's been fantastic recently. He will come back fitter, stronger and healthier. I can certainly say that as well. Crystal Palace, well, the shock of the weekend, I would have to say. 3-0 win over Tottenham. And I did say to people that Odsonne Edouard would impress in this league. My goodness me, I didn't expect his arrival to be 27 seconds after coming on to score a goal against Tottenham, which was a very good finish, in fact. And then he gets a second. So, great win for Crystal Palace. And I thought Wilfred Zaha had a Tanganga on toast as well. So, I've been very, very impressed with Crystal Palace. And I actually think it's a bit of a false position where they are at the moment. So, they will get better. They will definitely get better. The last time Liverpool and Crystal Palace met on a 3 o'clock kickoff on a Saturday, it finished 4-3 to the Reds. I think Liverpool will win. I'm going to go for a comfortable win, but I think Palace will get a goal. Don't be surprised if it's Edward that gets a goal as well. So I'm going Liverpool 3, Crystal Palace 1. And now we have Manchester City against Southampton. 4 wins to City and 1 win to Southampton. The last result was a 5-2 win to City. What I will say, I thought Manchester City didn't play the best, but that's a Champions performance for you. It's a Champions performance. They managed to win 1-0 at Leicester City. As I said, didn't play well, but they got the win, and that's the main thing. Bernardo Silva getting the only goal as well. They did have to ride their luck because Ederson did make a save from Harvey Barnes. Tipped it onto the crossbar, I think it was, and Jamie Vardy obviously had a goal ruled out offside as well. So it's a very, very tricky one to say that Manchester City are definitely going to potentially win this game. I think they will. I think they will as well. Southampton 0-0 with West Ham. They probably were the better team in that game. In all honesty, I thought the way that they played against West Ham, they did hit the post, they hit the upright. As well, had one cleared off the line very, very near the end as well. So, Southampton are creating chances, and it's a good thing to say that. But They definitely need to get points. I think this is a home banker, if I'm being honest with you. I think the way that Man City are playing, I think Man City will win this one. I'm going to go for a 3-0 win to the Citizens in this one. And now a very tough one to call. Norwich City against Watford. There have been 4 meetings in the Premier League era between these two. The last result was a 2-0 win to Watford. Norwich, well, Pookie, McLean had chances to score, and unfortunately they didn't. But, at least they're not losing games by many goals. I will say that. Yes, I know that they lost 5-0 against Manchester City, but I look at this Norwich side and there's a lack of quality, I'm afraid to say. I mean, look, I think Norwich are a very, very good side. It's just the fact is that they're not clinical enough, and I think they do need to be clinical as well. Watford, they started very, very well, and then just ever since then, 3 straight defeats in a row. It's not been very, very good for Watford. So results, they have to get results very, very soon. This is a very tricky one to call because it could go either way. It could go Norwich way. It could go Chelsea's way. Watford's way. It could also go as a goalless draw. But I'm going to go for a Watford win. I'm going to go for a very narrow 1-0 win to the Hornets in this one. And then we move on to the evening game on Saturday. It is Aston Villa against Everton. 2 wins to Villa, 1 win to Everton and 2 draws. The last result was a 0-0 draw. Aston Villa losing by 3-0 against Chelsea. They played well in that first half. It was just the second half Chelsea came into their stride and managed to, brush them aside. I think the highlight of that game, though, was probably Leon Bailey tracking back about 50 yards and managing to nutmeg Cesar Azpilicueta. I think that was absolutely amazing. So that was the highlight of the Villa's game. But Buendia will be back as well, Martinez as well, from them being naughty and going to Argentina without permission as well. So it should be a very interesting one, this one. Everton are flying under Rafa Benitez. And he changed the game. He brought on Andros Townsend and it worked. And my goodness me, he rewarded them with an absolute stunning goal from Andros Townsend. Look, Andros Townsend to me doesn't do simple goals. And my goodness me, he just scores bangers, doesn't he? Remember the one against Manchester City with Crystal Palace as well? And the one against Burnley the other night was absolutely magnificent as well. Damari Gray has started the season really, really well as well. Because of that, I can only see an Everton win. I honestly can. I think Everton will continue the way they have been playing recently, and I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to the Blues. I honestly think Everton will win this one. And now we have 3 Sunday games because of obviously Europa League and Europa Conference League action and Champions League action, of course. So we have Brighton against Leicester City, 4 wins to Leicester and 1 draw. The last result was a 2-1 win to Leicester. Brighton getting a very good away win at Brentford by 1-0. Trossard with the winner as well, curled into the bottom corner. Really, really good finish as well. Both keepers had a good game. I thought David Raya had a good game, as did Robert Sanchez. Managed to keep Brighton in the game as well. Brighton have started the season really, really well. And it's no surprise that they sit 5th, 6th. I think they're somewhere in there, but it's been a very good start for Graham Potter and his side. Leicester City, though, 1-0 defeat to Manchester City, didn't create enough in that game. Unfortunately, they didn't. I know Jamie Vardy had a goal ruled out. Harvey Barnes had a shot that was on to the crossbar as well. But apart from that, I can't really remember any clear-cut chances for Leicester City, and that would be a bit of a concern. Leicester City are playing Napoli in the Europa League tomorrow, so that's going to be tonight I should say. So that's a very interesting game, that one. But I look at this Leicester City side and I think they should be too strong for Brighton. I'm going to go for a 1-0 win to Leicester City. Oh, dear me. So we move on to West Ham against Manchester United. 3 wins to United, 1 draw, and 1 win to West Ham. The last result was a 3-1 win to Manchester United. West Ham will obviously be without Mikel Antonio for this game because he did get sent off in the last game against Southampton. And when you're on the yellow, you shouldn't make a challenge like he did. Slid into the challenge and he was sent off rightfully as well. But West Ham are in very, very good form. They're unbeaten. So it's a very, very tricky one to call because Manchester United are just coming off the back of a 4-1 win over Newcastle, but then went to Young Boys and lost their heads, lost their shape, and they lost 2-1. Which, let's be honest, it was not great. Not a great performance. But, they managed to get the 4-1 win against Newcastle. I didn't think they were that great first half, but the second half they were very, very good. I thought Newcastle did contain Manchester United very well, but Ronaldo getting 2 goals as well, very, very good, very, very good. And Ronaldo will score your goals, that is for sure. I think Man United will sneak this one. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Manchester United. I think they will just sneak through against West Ham. And that leaves this Sunday evening game between Tottenham and Chelsea. 4 wins to Chelsea and 1 draw. The last one was a 1-0 win to Chelsea. Tottenham. What can I say? Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Tanganga is banned now for the next game. Not a good performance from Tottenham. They were brushed aside by Crystal Palace. I think the worrying thing is, though, without Son, Harry Kane didn't get many chances, didn't get any shots at goal as well. Look, without the red card, Palace were the better team anyway. So it's disappointing for Tottenham, but they should bounce back. They are in Europa Conference League action on Thursday as well, so that's going to be very interesting to see how well they can do there. But I have to say, I was very shocked with the way that Tottenham played against Palace. The one team that was on the end of a 3-0 result, though, was Chelsea. A 3-0 win over Aston Villa. Lukaku getting 2 goals and a very bad back pass, it has to be said, from Tyrone Mings, and Kovacic scored a very, very good finish there as well. But I look at this game and it is a tough one to call. It is a very, very tough one to call, but I'm going to say that Chelsea will win this one. I'm going to go for Tottenham 0, Chelsea 2. So that is it. That is my match week number 5 done and dusted. As I have said, leave your predictions in the comment section down below, and like Original Gunner and Chris Welsh, you will get a shout out in the next video. So Newcastle United 1, Leeds United 0, Wolves 2, Brentford 0, Burnley 0, Arsenal 1, Liverpool 3, Crystal Palace 1, Manchester City 3, Southampton 0, Norwich 0, Watford 1, Aston Villa 0, Everton 2, Brighton 0, Leicester 1, West Ham United 1, Manchester United 2, and Tottenham 0, Chelsea 2. So that is it. That is my match week 5 done and dusted. As I've said, leave your predictions in the comment section down below, and we will see what happens in these games. Should be very, very intriguing, that is for sure. But until then, it's goodbye from me. If you do like the content, please hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video as well, and I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy the action. Should be some very, very good games. Tottenham, Chelsea, obviously the big one to look forward to. And I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye bye for now.